Oh man, Al, we back?
Yes, sir, we back.
It's E. Jones.
Black Elvis.
We here, bottom to the top.
City Legendz, Gaucho's Gym, Sunday, December 22nd, 2019.
Hey, what's going on? This is E. Jones, City Legendz, bottom to the top hoops. Here with the man from BK.
Khalil Brantley.
There you go, there you go. So now we know that you tearing it up right now in the PSAL. You guys are having a lot of success with boys and girls.
Right.
But I want to get into the story, right? ISO Fam K. First of all, where does that come from? Like you putting them on an island, you drowning. What you doing? What ISO Fam? Can I be ISO Fam?
You gotta show me something on the court first. Everybody just can't be.
So I gotta get a clear out.
Yeah,
one-on-one.
One-on-one. Let somebody call it out, because not a lot of people got the confidence to tell their coach, tell everybody to move, and I got my defender and get a basket at that.
You starting the interview while you just get right to it.
Right.
All right. Let's digress for a second. Let's talk about the beginnings, right?
Mm-hmm.
When did you start hooping?
I started playing basketball at a young age, but I didn't start taking it serious till like 5th or 6th grade.
5th or 6th grade. Who did you start off playing with?
The Metro on Havoc in North Carolina.
Okay. Where you originally from though?
I was born in the Bronx, then I moved to North Carolina when I was 6.
UPX?
Yeah.
Hold on a second, man. You know I'm from the Bronx.
Yeah, facts.
South Bronx. So what you repping? What you claim? What is it? BK? Is it BX? Are you just New York?
I'm repping. I'm from the Bronx, but I gotta put on for Charlotte too, because that's where I was raised at.
Okay, I could dig it. The Queen City.
Yeah.
Okay. So now you in BK. You staying in BK. You going to school in BK.
Right.
So tell me a little bit about, as you start to take it seriously in 5th and 6th grade, what is your mindset changing? Why you start taking it seriously?
I seen like what I could do against top players, to see like the progression and the attention I was getting, and I really liked it, and I really wanted to continue with that. And I continued to grow as a player and as a person through basketball.
Was it a game? Was it a specific player that you did well against that you felt like, all right, it's my time?
Nah, it really wasn't. It was just I've been putting in a lot of work and stuff in the gym, and I seen I get MVP. Like at the Maryland Invitational, I got MVP. And that was
a big tournament.
Big tournament. It was a big wake up. We played against the Gauchos.
Yeah,
so
Was you playing with a North Carolina team?
I was playing with basically an Atlanta team. We were a team put together from different parts.
Okay. So it's like a select team.
Right.
So you go out there, you do work. Now, when do you come back to New York?
I came back to New York last school year.
Okay.
But I came before that. I came my 8th grade year, and I played in ISA, the middle school tournament. They shook it up a little bit. The first time I ever played in ISA, I think I had 35.
So you saying right now, if I'm playing against you, I'm in trouble?
In trouble.
You don't even know what I could do.
It don't matter what you can do.
What is this about what you could do?
It's about if you score on me, you still got to play defense on me. You still got to stop me. But I'm a two-way player, so I play defense and I play offense.
Yo, hold on a second, man. It's like, maybe if I sit closer, maybe some of that confidence you got will rub off on me, and then I'll start talking that talk, you know what I mean? I might so fam eat, you know what I mean? I'll start doing me. But anyway, man, so you going through and you come in, you do the ISA thing, then you move on to go to high school.
I went to high school. No, I started in North Carolina.
You did? Okay.
Yeah, I went to high school in North Carolina with Jaden Springer.
Okay.
So I played my whole freshman year with him. It was a good experience. Got to travel a little bit.
Yep.
Then I decided to go into bigger and better things. So I moved up to New York because I think New York will put my name out more and build myself politically and stuff like that.
Right. So you come to New York, you go to Nazareth.
Right.
Now, you managed to be able to have success both as an individual and team success, right? Now, ISO Fam K was already in existence, or it came after that?
ISO Fam K came really in existence like during my freshman year.
So it's like an alter ego.
Yeah, right.
So you turned into this guy, or you just wake up him? Like, is he here now?
Yeah, he's always here. He's always around.
He's ready to activate.
He's always ready to activate, but I got the other side. I got Khalil.
Okay. So as you go on, what is that transition like? Going from North Carolina, it's different from New York. It's different energy. The basketball is basketball, but just as a student athlete.
Right. Leaving North Carolina, I'm leaving my mom's behind and my little brother, because my little brother and my mom still stay in North Carolina. So it's a big transition for me because I've been living with her all my life. So
Right.
leaving her, they coming to New York playing basketball.
In Brooklyn.
In Brooklyn, it's a totally different thing. It doesn't matter. Like, really out here, everybody has a heart of a lion. Down there, you might see some teams that's weak, some teams that's not. And right now in the PSAL, everybody is right there neck and neck with each other. Everybody, you're going to have a tough matchup every night.
I'm going to say this, man. I've often said, and I've said it on this show before, the PSAL Brooklyn AA is the best conference in the city and potentially in the country because there's so many good players on a night-to-night basis. Like, there's no nights off.
No nights off. There's always gonna be a matchup. Whether we go to Jeff, whether we go to South Shore, whether we go to Eagle, there's always gonna be one or two players, especially at that guard
And
position.
Brooklyn Collegiate.
And Brooklyn Collegiate. They do that.
So now when you look at that, right, and you say to yourself, man, I got a matchup every night, but now boys and girls is back on the map.
Right.
Everybody's coming, they come to see you. How do you feel when you come into a gym, enemy territory, you know everybody's coming after ISO fan K?
I feel like it's the same mindset every game, even when I'm at home. I know 2 and 3 are coming at me every night, so I just mentally prepare myself that if I can get my teammates involved early, I'll start picking them apart mentally. Like
So you got an approach to a game.
right.
The reason why I'm focusing on this is because you don't see kids, young kids, student athletes who are going into it with a plan. They're just going to hoop and making adjustments on the fly.
Yeah, right.
So where does that come from?
That comes from studying the film, studying how the way they play defense, and listening to the coaching staff.
So you study the film.
Right.
So before you play an opponent, you got in your head, this is what he likes to do.
What he don't like to do, I got a little book I write in. So I watch it. I write
You
it.
got a book.
Yeah.
You don't see a lot of kids out here with a book. You got notes.
You're right.
I mean, at the end of the day, man, I think that it's good because there's a kid out there who's in the 7th grade now. And he's going to see this interview. Now he's going to go get a book. So now what we're doing is inspiring.
Facts.
So you got a platform and you got a responsibility now, right? As you do well, what happens? You start to become more successful.
Right.
You start to get more attention. Now it starts to become more difficult because everybody want to get at you. You already ready for that too?
Yeah, I'm ready for everything. I'm ready for the good, the bad, and the worst.
So here's the thing. I often tell kids, what does the balance look like, right? How do we educate? You know, you make $1 million, you save 33%,
Right.
you spend 33%, right? And then you use the rest on your expenses. So now how does it look like for you in a balance in a day on how to still be how old are you, 17?
Yes.
17-year-old kid. How do you balance a day with not being just a basketball player?
At the end of the day, like, not just being a basketball player, like, you still gotta have fun. You still gotta be a kid at the end of the day. You still gotta go out and do different things. Maybe go to the movies with your teammates from here to there. Maybe because you gotta take off of basketball. Basketball isn't really, it's everything, but it's not everything at the end of the day.
Because it's everything when you're in it.
Right.
But sometimes you gotta put it down for a second, right? And then you gotta just be regular. You know what I mean? Wifey might want to go out to the movies or something. You know what I mean? You gotta do different stuff. But now, as we talk about the season in basketball, now I talk about kids in curriculum. I talk about being prepared for the clearinghouse, right? SAT preparation. So as you start to become recruited by Division I schools and all of that stuff, how do you see yourself and where do you see yourself in the next 2 years, the latter part of this year and next year? How does that story play out for you academically and athletically?
He's a magnificent student in the classroom, so we don't got to worry about him. We know he's going to kill on the court and be a leader on and off the court, and he helps his teammates with his schoolwork.
Yo, man, it's like you taking etiquette lessons. Like somebody's teaching you, like, all right, we get on camera, you got to say this, right? No, but it's good, man, because what I found is a lot of kids don't know what the future looks like because they're just allowing the future to happen. But you can plan your future if you take the steps and say to yourself, okay, I want it to be this way.
Right.
So, dream school.
Dream school, I don't have one. Well, I had one, but it's like I'm older now, so it's like.
Okay.
School.
Okay, now, if I may, I'm going to help you talk about what kind of school you should be at.
Right.
Okay. Open court player for the most part, right?
Mhm.
Like to get up and down,
Like to run up and down.
right? But can play in the half court. You got high IQ. So a school that plays with pace.
Right. A school that plays with pace, but at the same time runs and guns, and like if you make a mistake, we play through the mistakes.
Defensively, you talked about being a two-way player.
Right.
Somebody who can get after people,
Right.
right?
Mhm.
So now, as I'm going through my mental process, I'm saying to myself, what kind of school do you watch that you see that does something like that?
A defensive team I see that gets up and down. Syracuse does it. They're a really
Mhm.
defensive team.
Play zone a lot though.
Play zone a lot. They, what
You
else?
like Syracuse?
Syracuse? Yeah, I like.
Red Orchard. Yo, bro, I'm telling you. Okay, I'm sorry. I just got to talk to my people
Right.
every now and then.
South Carolina plays up and down a lot.
Chuck Martin. Bro, holla. I'm sorry. I got to talk to my people every now and then.
I gotta watch a couple more schools and break it down.
Well, I think as you speak to that, right? I think you can be a high major talent, right? You got to put some weight on. You got to obviously continue to prove yourself and show throughout this season and in the summer, right? Spring and summer,
Right.
that you can do the same thing and translate it as you go through the playoffs and then to the AAU season. And I think it goes downhill from there. So you still have proved a lot, but you got a lot more to prove.
A lot more.
What's the number one thing that you feel like you want to accomplish in this season?
Win a championship.
Okay. I know you're not a selfish player, but individually, what would you like to accomplish?
Be able to pick my school.
As you talk about the schools that you want to, potentially attend, I think it's very, very important now as you start to talk about going to a school that you would like to pick instead of having them pick you.
Right, a school that needs me, not really wants me. A school where I could go and make a impact right away. Not where I have
Next,
to
you're
sit.
going to be saying you one and done. You can't say that on camera. You could.
I don't know wherever, the man upstairs guides me to.
You really, that's how you feel though.
Fact.
See, I like to get to it. You know what I mean? If that's how you feel, let the people know, yo, I'm one and done. But look, at the end of the day, somebody's gonna look at this and be like, yo, he's bugging. But guess what? It doesn't matter because the work, right?
Yeah, the work
Plus the production.
Right.
Then it's like you open people's eyes and then you say to yourself like, oh, maybe he is, right?
Right.
I mean, you look at the history of how it goes. Kid Obi Toppin at the University of Dayton, right?
Right.
4 years ago, nobody knew who he was.
Nobody, now he's killing Hawaii. He killed Georgia and Hawaii.
Guess what? He's top 5 pick now. Don't hurt that he's 6'10", but back to live action.
Right.
But I'm gonna tell you like this, man. I think that you have a bright future ahead of you. I think that the biggest thing is you understand where you're going, and I think if you keep that mental approach and continue to have fun with the game, and it's really important, man, that these relationships, as you're talking about going to the movies with your teammates and bringing guys along, I think that's just as important as the actual game itself.
Right.
Because these are relationships you're gonna have for a lifetime.
Their life, you don't know what they're gonna be outside of basketball.
Yeah, so I usually like to have a little fun on the show, so gonna keep it in step. Toughest opponent you ever played against?
Probably Jaden Springer, but I practice against him. I ain't really play against him.
Okay. Best basketball moment to this point?
Best basketball moment to this point. Right now, I think it was being South Shore.
Okay.
'Cause I had a lot riding into that game. I had a 30 ball, but it wasn't like everybody like, what is he gonna do against South Shore?
So you
And
was,
that really made a pop.
okay. Favorite teammate?
Favorite teammate?
That's a tough one.
I don't know. I don't want to answer that one.
You from Brooklyn, bro?
I don't want to answer
Come
that.
on, man. You can't do that. I give you 2.
Give me 2. Nah, I can't answer that.
Oh, you the first
can't
person
answer that
on Bound to the Top Hoops that gave a pass.
I can't give. Yeah, I passed on that one. I can't give. I had a lot of good teammates. A lot of really good teammates.
This is what we doing?
I had a lot of good teammates.
This is crazy, man. First time on Bottom to the Top, interviewee passed you setting a precedent. You like, Now everybody don't want to pass. You got pass. You a point guard, so you gonna pass.
Yeah, I'm gonna pass this one.
All right. Last 5 seconds on the game. You coming down. There's one person on the wing. They need a 3 ball. Who you passing it to?
It's one person on the wing.
Yeah.
Like if anybody in the world.
You're one of the teammates you played with.
One of the teammates I'm playing with right now.
Played with ever. Who's getting that pass? You can't pass twice.
Tristan Maxwell.
Who's he?
He plays in North Carolina. And I think he's leading. I think he's leading CMS scoring.
So he's making that shot.
And his dad was Vernon Maxwell.
Oh, okay. Mad Max. That's what they call him.
Mad Max.
Yeah, if you've seen him play, you know why.
Right.
All right. How does the story play out? Right?
Mm-hmm.
You in college, first ESPN game. Pops is in the stands. You know how Pops gonna give it up, right?
Oh, yeah.
Moms is in the stands.
Right.
Little bro's in the stands. What does that look like for you when you run through the tunnel? How you feeling and what's your approach?
The approach I bring into every game is just another game where I gotta show up in.
ESPN,
Just another,
national TV, Kentucky.
Of course, it's gonna be a little amp to it, but it's just another game. I gotta go out there and play.
Another 40 ball. Another movie.
Another win.
I like it. I like it. Another win. So, if you could impart any wisdom on kids who are going through a journey. You've gone through a journey, right? You come from New York City, moved to North Carolina, came back to the Bronx, was at Nazareth, you had boys and girls. You know what I mean? It wasn't an easy road.
Right.
But with that road, you on a path to kind of getting where you want to go.
Right.
What would you say to somebody who's maybe going through some stuff as a student athlete who might get discouraged or might not be certain about themselves? What wisdom would you give to them?
Just keep your faith in the man upstairs, and just keep working at it. Because if you keep working at it, whatever in the dark is always gonna come to a light. They can't hold a star in a closet forever.
Pause. Yo, I really had a good time, man, sitting down and talking to you, man. I think that great things are ahead for you on the court and off the court. ISO fan K Brand, right? We're gonna talk some business after the camera go off.
Right.
It's a movie.
Right.
Khalil Brantley, E. Jones, bottom to the top hoops, City Legendz, Black Elvis, signing out.
This is Khalil, ISO fan Brantley, and you're watching From the Bottom to the Top Hoops.